on a new adventure.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The channel is Kumbi Reacts. I'm Kumbi. Today, guys, we are jumping back into our QB draft prospect series, man. So we've already hit up on the first three guys. We had number 1, which was Caleb Williams. Number 2, Jaden Daniels. Number 3 for me was Bo Nix. We're going to our number 4 quarterback, in my opinion, in this draft, and that would be Mr. Drake Maye. So Drake Maye, for me, actually going into this year, I really love Drake Maye. He was the guy that I was like, man, I hope the Broncos can even have a chance to get this guy. But he had a rough season because he did lose a lot of his weapons. He lost a lot of his starters. I get that, but it's just the thing with Drake Maye is it's just he's got such a high ceiling, but he's also got like a really, really scary floor, man. Like if you don't hit on Drake Maye, I feel like this could be like it's a disaster waiting to happen. If you get him in the right situation with the right coach and he's able to grow and succeed in that, I think you can have, I think that a lot of people will comp him to Justin Herbert. I think that's a good comp. I think he is very Justin Herbert, Josh Allen-y. He's just nowhere near the athletic abilities of Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a freak of nature, bro. When that guy takes off and runs, man, he's like a different beast, man. But Drake Maye reminds me a lot of Josh Allen coming out of college because of Josh Allen, to me, was very much that way too. Like Josh was very like unrefined and he needed a lot of work and he needed a lot of help to be successful. And I felt the same way about Josh when he came out of college was, if he went to the right scenario, he had such a high ceiling that he was going to, the sky's the limit. But he had such a scary floor that it's like, man, this guy could not pay off at all. And then you are going to be regretting that you spent this draft pick on this guy. And that's the same way I feel about Drake Maye. That's why I have him ranked back at 4. I think he has the potential to be just as good as Jaden Daniels. Now, I think that Caleb Williams is a generational type quarterback, the things that he can do. So I don't know that Drake Maye is necessarily that because of Caleb Williams is kind of that Patrick Mahomes-esque caliber quarterback. But Drake Maye to be a Josh Allen or why am I forgetting his name right now? Herbert type of like that's your high. I mean, that's a pretty damn good high. Like you're talking top 5 quarterback in the league at some day if he finds the success and he goes to the right situation. So okay, so we're gonna switch it up then. I try to do the Drake Maye versus NC State. I couldn't get that one to work, so we're gonna go with the Drake Maye versus South Carolina instead.
Here's the first opportunity on offense for Maye from just a few miles away. Myers.
See, that's right there is what I'm talking about. Like that's why I think a lot of people compare him to Herbert and to Josh Allen because of his height and weight. So he's 6'4", 230 pounds. What's Josh Allen? Josh Allen's what, 6'5", 6'6"? But Josh Allen's a lot heavier. Josh Allen's probably he's got to be at least what, 240, 250 maybe. Josh Allen looks bigger and heavier than that because I'm pretty sure that's correct. He's 6'5", 6'6", 250. That sounds about right to me for Josh Allen. Maybe he's a little less, but he does not look less, and he runs hard, and he is hard to bring down.
Park High School in Charlotte led the nation in total offense last year with more than 5,000 yards. The Carolina record, he was the ace.
All right, let's see what we got. This first play, right? So first play, you've got your safety drop down into the box. Your other safety's over the top. Let's see what they run. It kind of looks like, unless this safety drops out, it looks like you're kind of playing like a cover 1 man.
DC player of the year, the offensive player of the year, the offensive rookie of the year, and the rookie of the year. He dumps it off short for British. They spread the field.
Okay, good throw. Nice little dump off. Quick screen.
Out for Kobe Paysor last year. He's a redshirt freshman, was highly recruited.
Yeah.
May right down the middle.
Ooh, see? Good throw right there. I like that throw right there. Let's go back and check that out. Looks like they're running a cover 3. They kind of look like they're disguising a little bit because he's sitting back here. It almost initially looks a little bit like a cover 2 because this corner's playing up a little bit more. He's actually back a little bit. But then you see right with the snap of the ball, he runs up and he drops back. So that's a cover 3. But Drake Maye just finds that beautiful zone right in here to put that ball right in there. See that? Sets up. There's that zone. Just finds a beautiful read and throw. And that's just understanding what you're seeing.
Might have been a design quarterback draw. And it didn't.
That right there is where I think that he differentiates between Josh Allen, because Josh Allen is a much better athlete and a much better runner of the ball. Josh Allen right there, in my opinion, probably picks up 8 to 10 yards minimum on that kind of a run, where Drake Maye is not refined yet as a runner, and he doesn't also have the body and the power that Josh Allen would have.
Go very free receivers, 3 to the right. Pressure brought by the Gamecocks.
Beautiful throw. Beautiful throw.
For a first down. Chapman, the motion man. He took the handoff.
Many years, who obviously is excellent running the football.
3rd down and 4. And the catch made for a first.
Good throw. Put a little bit more on his outside shoulder, but
the quarterback's living up to the advanced billing. May fires. That's
beautiful throw. And that's an NFL throw right there. Those comeback throws right there where the receiver runs and comes back to the sideline and you're still in the pocket, those are hard to make, man. You've got to put some mustard on to make that throw across the field like that. But what I was saying on the last throw where he ran the out like that, he put it more on the inside shoulder, which generally where that defender's position is, you want to put that more on outside shoulder, especially because the corner was back here with that receiver. You had room to work with on the sideline. Like, put it more on that outside shoulder just so you don't risk it being swatted down and giving that defender a chance at the ball.
Here in terms of the quarterback matchup.
Good throw on that screen.
Incredibly Delaware. 2nd down, 15. May, all kinds of running room. And he has a
good run,
down.
good run, good run. I think in the NFL, though, what you'd rather see your quarterback do is take the easy completion, take the easy pass, because you can see what they do here, right? They send a corner blitz. By that corner blitzing, you got to remember, sometimes you got to keep it simple in football, right? You just have to say, I have more guys than they do in a certain area, and if I know that corner's blitzing, okay, you know right here is going to be wide. So you have this guy leaking out right here. Take the easy completion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he ran, he picked up his yards, fantastic. You know what I mean? But you just got to think about, you're the future of the franchise. Don't risk your own health trying to run and make moves and make magic happen when you can take an easy completion that guy is like, he's built to be an athlete. Let him make some plays with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at this. As it develops, you can see it here. He steps up, and he's not even looking to complete the ball. He's already has it in his mind, I'm going to run this ball. That is going to kill you in the NFL because you can't just make up your mind like that. You've got to scramble to pass. You don't want to just scramble to run, especially because you have this linebacker is already peeking down at this, and he's seeing that right away. So he's going to rush that. This guy's out here. He's wide open. Let him make some moves. Let him go out there and be an athlete. You don't have to go out there and try to be the athlete. Complete the pass. Take the easy completion.
May, all kinds of running room.
And I bet you this guy probably picks up,
And he has a first down.
at minimum, 15 yards.
Couldn't make the tackle. Stop May well short of the first down. Drake
I like that
gets
they're giving
16.
this view of it.
That's really
Look at that. Again, this view of it. Take that easy completion. He's going to run that thing up, and he's going to get you an easy 15 yards.
difficult for Debo Williams, who just made the play a second ago. You get Drake Maye at 6'4". He's got
was on the basketball team.
We're running like a cover 2.
Short throw, no gain.
take off and make you pay.
Final seconds of the
cover
quarter. They
3.
did bring a blitz from
Good
the
throw.
corner. Goals. 4th and 3. Quick slant, incomplete.
So hopefully he can get healthy as soon as possible.
That's a tough throw to make right there.
May on a design roll. That's another thing they focused on in the offseason on a 4th and 3. May given plenty
Good.
of time. Now he's in trouble. Throws over the middle. Caught.
Ooh. I mean, that right there is both the goods and the bads of Drake Maye. Like, you can see his arm talent is absolutely off the charts. Like, he can make some of the wildest plays happen. But I also don't love that thing because in the NFL, you can't run, like, you really should not run across the field and throw across your body to a receiver running the opposite direction across the field like that. Like, I mean, you are just begging for somebody to come in and intercept that ball if you're doing that in the NFL, unless you're absolutely just crazy and you're Patrick Mahomes and you can do those kinds of things. But, like, that's such a risky play. But, again, like I said, that's also why you love Drake Maye, because he can make those plays happen. Just sometimes they're going to backfire on him, especially in the NFL.
First down. Bryson Nesbitt.
Similar to a play they converted on a little earlier. Drake Maye started his eyes to the right, trying to work Nesbitt on a quick out. Scrambles around, buys some time, escapes to his left, throws back across his body. You see the arm tap.
Expected to replace Josh Downs and Antoine Green, both in the NFL. May on 1st and 10.
Again, like he just panics in the pocket a lot. Where it's like, hey, in that situation, like you don't have to just immediately rush out of there. Like you had a little bit more time. I think he just felt the rushers who went behind him, and I think he thought that they were going to come around and get him, so he immediately just started running. Because you see here, he's got the clean pocket. He stepped up into it. He's got a clean pocket right here. He just immediately, like right in this situation, see, I mean, he just immediately decided, I'm going. And granted, I can't see downfield, so I can't see on the film what the coverage looks like. I guess you can give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that the coverage was very well. And maybe that's why he felt like he needed to take off, is because nobody was open. He felt like these guys were going to come press him from the backside, and that's why he took off.
Fell. May on 1st and 10. Upended by Debo Will. 10 minutes to go in the half. Carolina's tied at 7. May has Pacor open.
See, you can't. Oh man, you can't miss that throw. That's a touchdown throw right there, bro. Let's watch that again. Let's see what happens here.
To go in the half. Carolina's tied at 7.
Ooh, that right there is all footwork right there. You see that? What he should have done is he should have 3-step dropped it, hitched off his back foot, and put that in there. But you see, he basically like takes 2 little steps, and then he relies too much on the arm strength on this one to put it in there, and instead of following the footwork. He you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some of the negatives of Drake Maye, is just the footwork it can get very, very sloppy at times. And you see here, look, little step, and then he just immediately, all arm strength is what he relied on instead of really putting his hips into it to deliver an accurate football. Beautiful throw. See, that's what I'm talking about, the footwork. If you get the footwork down, you can deliver a beautiful pass like that, and that's what you want to see. You see this? He's in the pocket. He's standing clean. He's got a nice wide, look at this, 1, 2, hitch up, throw. Beautiful.
J.J. Jones.
Excellent protection. Pressure being
Look at this.
brought
1,
by
2.
South Carolina
He
on the
hitches
right-hand
up,
side.
puts it
The
in there.
running back British Brooks stepping up and meeting that pressure. Just lost track of it.
1st and 20. Quick
A little inaccurate. You know, you want to get that on that outside shoulder for that receiver to be able to just turn up and run.
And that one is incomplete.
His legs. They'll take off.
I couldn't tell if they got swatted on that last play.
They put pressure on him, hit as he throws.
Ooh, your receiver's got to come up with that. But that's a good throw, especially with them right in your face.
Third in the ACC preseason poll behind Clemson and Florida State.
Creative on the edge.
Step up. Kind of throws that one off 1 foot.
Pressure now a 6. May has a man open.
Beautiful throw.
First down,
Beautiful
much
throw.
more. From Buck Lake, Florida.
Let's see this
Good
again.
for 28 on the first down.
And just a really neat design.
Look at that.
Right
Just
there. You have a guy breaking
on all the throws he's delivering, these more accurate passes, you can tell his footwork is so much cleaner in the pocket here. Because you watch what he does. He does that thing where he kind of does the 2 little steps, but instead of just launching it, he kind of sets his feet, and then he actually gets.
Florida,
see, look at this.
good
Boom.
for
Sets his
28
feet,
on the first
hitch,
down.
throw.
And just a really neat
Good
design
throw.
right there. You have a guy breaking to the inside.
They gave up 198 yards rushing last year per game.
There you
There's a
go.
deep throw, wide open receiver.
Called it.
Pacor.
That's what I'm talking about. Like when his footwork is clean, he's delivering accurate passes. You can see it again. He does the same thing.
88 yards
Look at this.
rushing
Boom, boom.
last year
Cleans up his
per
feet,
game.
hitch, throw it.
There's a deep throw, wide open receiver. Pacor with the North Carolina touchdown. 34
Beautiful throw.
yards.
Such a difficult spot to be in for the defender. Flat foot.
Beautiful route.
Pacor's got a full head of steam. Sets him up beautifully to the inside.
May 3 for 3 on that drive for 67 yards. More than twice as many as any other Gamecock. Drake Maye on first down.
Ooh.
And he just
Been
transferred.
dangerous
from
throw to
Coastal
put your receiver in
Carolina.
next
He was
spot.
outstanding. May toward the end zone, diving
Ooh.
catch.
Honestly, that is actually a really great throw right there, because you have to consider a couple things. One, he's got pressure right in his face, but also if you put that over the top, you give the defenders a chance to put it. So putting that ball on the inside like that is actually a really, really great throw, because then you're basically you're making it extremely hard for the defenders to adjust to that, to get back inside where your receiver is already kind of moving in that direction. So that's really actually a really beautiful throw.
And he just transferred in from Coastal Carolina, where he was outstanding.
See this, right? Pressure in his face,
Maye
steps
toward
up,
the end zone, diving
puts it on that
catch.
inside.
Gavin Blackwell for 41. 24 rushing plays, only 22 passes tonight.
Boom.
And a great job in the pocket, too, by Drake Maye. You see number 0, Debo Williams. He's free, unblocked. Drake Maye drifts to his left, throws a strike.
Yeah, I really like that throw.
Coaches and FBS wins.
See him throw on the run. Ooh, okay, a little creativity, a little sidearm there. That was a little Patrick Mahomes-esque.
Is on the ropes right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at that, he just slips that one right in there. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Even Dean Alford said it. A little Pat Mahomes right there.
Pistol now with Hampton, the running back. May fake to the opposite side.
Good. I love that. I love that. That right there is exactly what he needs to do in the NFL. You see that? He went through his reads, real quick reads. Didn't like what he saw. Check down. Perfect,
Pistol
man.
now with Hampton, the running
Look at this.
back.
1, 2, down to his check down. Beautiful.
That's allowed out of the 131 a year ago. Third down.
Nice
and
little
4.
sprint out.
Another
Good
desired
throw.
rollout. And a first down. Paysor. I think those two would be their top wide receivers if healthy and if eligible. May under duress.
I think he panicked a little bit there. I think he thought he was going to get
Transferred to
sacked.
North Carolina in January.
Oh, I don't like that.
Into the end zone, and a catch. John Cope.
I mean, the second he let that go, those are the things that scare me a lot about Drake Maye. Because as a coach, I was kind of looking at it as from a coach's perspective, but if the second he launched that, man, the first thing I thought in my head was, oh, I don't like that. Oh, my gosh, we're going to be lucky if this is not intercepted. Like, best case scenario, this is an incomplete pass, and we move on to the next down. Somehow his receiver made a big play. Luckily, that defender was not even looking for the ball. Like, I mean, there was a lot of things that just went very well for him on that, but that was a scary look right there. And he definitely got away with one. I mean, look at this. He hops up and just chucks that thing up there.
And a catch. John Copenhaver. An 18-yard touchdown. Now a flag after the touchdown.
This is a heck of a play by Drake Maye. All-out pressure. Drake Maye knows it. He drifts a little bit to buy time, but on the left side of the offensive line is Tyree
that is so
Johnson,
scary,
the big
man.
body, 280-pound defensive end. Drake Maye.
I mean, that's a hell of a play. Like, that's the baller in him. But again, in the NFL, I don't know that you ever want to see him try to make that throw. That is a scary throw to see.
Florida State and Clemson believed to have been against it.
Good, nice little check down.
But it passed, along with Hampton dividing the carries tonight. May under pressure.
Rolling out. Ooh. See, that's right there. Like that, Drake Maye does that a ton. Is he makes a great play, and then he's almost overconfident in what he's done or what his ability is, and then he makes plays like this. He thought, oh, okay, last drive I threw this jumping jack like touchdown over the top. I can do anything at this point, and we're up 31-14, and then he rolls out, on a sprint out. When it's like really on those things, you should just take off or, take off, pick up a yard or two. If it's not there to take off, throw it out of bounds, live to fight another down. But instead he forces it back across his body, across the, and then defender's sitting that. Like his receiver was not open at any point on that. Like, look at this. Right here. So he's looking. I mean, that corner undercuts that thing. Yeah. I mean, Drake Maye, you're talking like he's like, what, 2 to 3 yards away from the sideline, and your receiver's coming across the field. You're talking like throwing all the way across your body. That is not the kind of throw you would want to see from your franchise quarterback.
It off and threw an interception. Picked off. Boy, did South Carolina need that. O'Donnell.
There's great pressure applied by South Carolina in the front. As you can see, Stone Blanton delivered.
He has 13 tackles.
I've noticed, too, a lot in this game. He does that a lot when he starts to... Ooh. Let me finish my thought first, and then we'll talk about that throw. But I've noticed just in this game, he tends to, a lot of the time when he tries to get creative, he starts to just, like, we talked about his footwork getting really sloppy earlier, but like when he's trying to get creative, man, his footwork gets just absolute, like it is gone. He has no footwork whatsoever. Like there's a lot of throws here. He is like hopping off of one foot trying to make the throw. I mean, he's just doing things that he doesn't need to do. And like some of them times it pays off, but that goes more, that's the attribute of having a great arm talent. He's got a stupendous arm talent, but that gets you into trouble. It's a lot like Brett Favre. Brett Favre has an amazing arm, but it got him into trouble so much because he started thinking he could do anything possible with his arm, and it always backfired on him. Now, I guess not always, but it tended to backfire on him more often, I would say, than it was great for him. And I think that's the thing with Drake Maye is it's like, man, he's doing all these. He does like one or two really cool things, you know, that are like that. And then he goes out there and makes these throws that just, you're like, why are we doing this? And that's kind of where the Josh Allen comparison, I think, comes more into play, because Josh Allen does this a lot in the NFL. Josh Allen's thing is he tries to play hero ball too much, where he's just like, oh, I can do everything, because I mean, he physically pretty much can do everything. He can run over people. He can throw it 100 yards down the field. Like, the dude's absolutely insane, but like it gets him into trouble because then he starts just doing things. You're like, Josh, we don't need to do that. You're forcing the play. You're forcing where we're at to make a big play when it's like, we don't need that. Like, if anything, you're putting your team in harm's way by doing such a thing, which is what Drake Maye showed right here that he constantly does. As far as this throw goes, again, this is just, it's inaccuracy. I didn't really watch his footwork and see if that had anything to do with it. But on this type of play, you put the ball almost over the top and you're forcing your receiver to have to go up and get it. I probably would have preferred a back shoulder throw here, something back here, let your receiver go back shoulder. Then it's like, it's an easier throw and it's an easier completion for your receiver. But let's go back and let's watch his footwork on this play, because I want to see if his footwork is off, and maybe that's why it's inaccurate.
13 tackles tonight, Debo Williams. Had 43 all of last year.
So, yeah, it's not a terrible throw. His footwork doesn't look like it's too bad.
Tonight,
I'd rather see him hitch. He kind of like 1-2 and then launches off that back foot. I'd rather have seen him kind of hitch and then throw. But let's like... So you can see what I'm saying. Like, I would have wanted the ball more out here. I guess it is tough because his receiver's almost forcing more inside. And his receiver drops the ball. So that doesn't help him either. So it's not as bad a throw as I initially looked and I initially thought. I still, like I said, there's a few cleanup things that I would have liked on that throw versus what he did. But his receiver did nothing to help him out there.
The intended target and picked off.
And this is also not the kind of stuff that you want to see.
Just tremendous play by Banks as you see the ball trying
to... see, I mean, even with his receiver where he was at, I still wish that was more back shoulder over here, because then you just give your receiver an easier opportunity to catch the ball, and you don't put it in harm's way by putting it right over towards the defender, especially with the safety crashing in. That's a bit scary throw, but this is scary, and I think this is partially why I think a lot of people have him dropping down their draft boards. And he's not dropping dramatically. There's still some people who say he's the number 2 QB in the draft. Some people have him 3. You know, I have him lower than I think most people do. Most people, I do think, have him in that 2 to 3 range. But I think that at the start of this year, there was almost like a guarantee, like, hey, there's 2 quarterbacks in this draft you can't miss on. There's a 1A, which is Caleb Williams, and the 1B is Drake Maye. But this right here is why he's dropped. It's because you're up 31 to, what was it, 31-17 or 31 to 14 or something like that. Like, you're up big. Why are we making these kind of throws? Why are we doing this? Like, the game is in hand. Let's control the clock and let's just play to win. But he's going out there and he's making these plays like this that don't need to be made. And you're putting your team in harm's way because now this guy picks it and he runs it back for a good, 20 yards, 30 yards?
Leads him a little bit too far upfield, which forces Paysor to kind of reach. It's tipped up just ever so slightly. And how about the concentration of Banks?
7.5 to go. Maye's pass batted down and nearly
again, just
down under 5. Quick pressure. He got it off quickly to Paysor, who got taken down by Maye takes an 8.
Game's over. Okay. I will attribute some of this to the play calling. I have no idea why the coach is calling all these like rollout passes and whatnot when the game is in hand. Like, run the ball, run the clock out. Like, let's win the game. Why are we doing all this extra stuff where we're trying to feed the statistics? I don't know what the coach is doing, but poor play calling in my opinion towards the end of the game. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to address the play calling. I'm here to kind of talk about Drake Maye. But all in all, guys, you can kind of see, like we talked about it throughout the video. These are some of the things that made me put him at number 4. I think that he, other than Caleb Williams, probably has the highest ceiling. I think he has so much potential to be such a great player because of he could possibly be a Josh Allen or a Justin Herbert. I think that he reminds me more of Herbert than he does Allen. I just think more his attributes or like the way that he goes about himself reminds me of Josh Allen because of he's very risky with the ball. I just feel like he's too turnover heavy because of how risky he is with the ball, and those things scare me a little bit. But I feel like he's a little more Justin Herbert because he's not as athletic as Josh Allen and them. It's just that part. He has the mentality of Josh Allen, but with Justin Herbert's attributes. You know what I'm saying? I think Justin Herbert takes care of the ball a little better than Josh Allen does. And I think Justin Herbert also, I think, is a little more natural thrower than Josh Allen is as well, which I think Drake Maye just seems a little bit more natural. It's just his footwork is very, very sloppy. Sometimes he's on, sometimes he's way off. And then, like I said, he just does things that are 100% unnecessary. Why you need to be jumping up in the air off both feet and then launching a ball to a corner route where the ball really should be going over to the corner where the pylon is, and that thing is falling short and your receiver's making a play and he's bailing you out. Not what I want to see from my franchise quarterback. I don't want to see him go out there and just put the ball up there, a 50-50 ball for anybody else to make a play on. Like, it scares me. It scares me into taking Drake Maye. But that being said, like I said, I have him ranked number 4. His floor is the scariest of them all. His ceiling is the highest, other than of Caleb Williams. So take that with what you will. Either way, guys, that's all I've got for you today. We will catch you guys next week in our to talk about our 5th ranked quarterback in this draft. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.